Hello students, welcome to the online biology class, chapter 8, How do organisms reproduce, part 2. In the previous video we have discussed about asexual type of reproduction in which only single parent is involved. Today we are going to discuss about sexual reproduction in organisms. What is meant by sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is the mode of multiplication in which young ones are formed due to the process of gamete formation. What is meant by sexual reproduction? Is nothing but the formation of new individuals from the parents by the fusion of gametes. In this fusion, in this type of reproduction, gamete formation is one of the important process. What is meant by sexual reproduction? The formation of new individuals from the parents by the combination of gametes which are produced by the parents. If you see the asexual type of reproduction, there only a single parent is involved. Any one specialized part of that single parent only reproduces into one new individual. But in the case of sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. From these two parents, gametes are produced, and by the fusion of that two gametes, if new individual is formed, this type of reproduction is called sexual reproduction. It is the mode of multiplication in which young ones are formed due to the formation of gametes. Today we are going to discuss about how does sexual reproduction take place in plants. In the last video we have discussed about so many organisms which reproduce through asexual type of reproduction. But in this video we are going to discuss about sexual reproduction in organisms. Plants also reproduce sexually. How? How does it take place in plants? In order to understand how does it take place, we have to see what are the parts of a plant. While we were discussing about the vegetative propagation in the plants in the last video, we have seen that roots, stems, leaves are called vegetative parts of a plant. If you see the flower of a plant, I told you that it is the reproductive part of a plant. Flower is a reproductive part of a plant. Again, if you observe the parts of a flower, it includes four important parts. What are those? They are sepals, petals, stamens and pistil. How many parts are there in a flower? There are four. They are sepals, petals, stamens and pistil. What is the use of these parts? Sepals are green color leaf-like structures which protect the flower during its bud stage. It protects the internal parts of a flower during its bud stage. If you see the petals, they are in different colors to attract the insects in order to continue the pollination process. And next important part of a flower are stamens. Stamens produce male gametes. I already told you what is meant by sexual reproduction. By the formation of gametes and by the fusion of these gametes, if a new individual is formed, that type of reproduction is called sexual reproduction. In the case of plants, where do these gametes are produced? Male gametes are produced from stamens. Stamens are male reproductive organs of a flower. Stamens are male reproductive part of a flower. It produces male gametes which are nothing but pollen grains. And if you see the fourth important part, pistil. Pistil is called female reproductive organ of a flower and it produces female gametes nothing but eggs or ova. How many parts are there in a flower? Four parts are there: sepals, petals, stamens and pistil. Stamens are the male reproductive organs which produces male gametes which are nothing but pollen grains. Pistil is the female reproductive organ which produces female gametes which are nothing but ova or egg. Let us see the structure of a flower. Look at this picture here. This is the longitudinal section of a flower. If you observe this, the four important parts: sepals, which are in green color leaf-like structures, and these green color leaf-like structures protects the internal parts of a flower during its bud stage. Second part, petal. Petals are in colored structures which attract the insects for pollination. Third one, stamens are the male reproductive organs. Look at this. These are all stamens. These green color with yellow head-like structures are called stamens. Again, if you observe one stamen, it includes two important parts. What are those? They are long stick-like structure. Look at this picture. This green color stick-like structure is called filament, and the head-like structure, yellow colored head-like structure which is attached to the filament, these are called anthers. I told you stamens are the male reproductive organs which produce male gametes. In this anther only male gametes are produced. Anther is the site of production of male gametes. Pollen grains are produced in the anther. This is about male reproductive organ, stamens. And next important part, pistil. It is the female reproductive organ of a flower. Again, if you observe the pistil structure, there are three important parts of a pistil. First one, the bulb-like structure which is present at the top of the structure is called stigma. It is in sticky nature to capture the pollen grains from the atmosphere. And this stigma opens into a long tube-like structure which is called style. This long stick-like tube-like structure is called style. This style opens into a bulb-like structure which is called ovary. Ovary. A pistil includes three parts: stigma, style, ovary. You know that pistil is the female reproductive organ of a flower. It produces female gametes which are nothing but eggs. Where does this egg produced? Inside the ovary. Inside the ovary. Ovary is the part of pistil. Inside this ovary, so many bead-like structures are called, which are called ovules. Ovules. That means these are the gametes of, female gametes of this pistil. Okay. This is about the LS of a typical flower. Different parts: sepals, petals, stamens, pistil. I hope you have understood where gametes are produced. In the stamens, male gametes are produced. In the pistil, that means inside the ovary, female gametes are produced. After production of gametes, what happened in the sexual reproduction? Pollination is the important step in the sexual reproduction in the plants. What is meant by pollination? Already you have learned this in your lower sections. What is meant by pollination? Pollination means the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma is called pollination. Pollination takes place through different agents. Pollination occurs by wind or by water or by small insects. These are the agents of pollination: insects, wind and water. Look at this picture here. This is the type of pollination which occur because of the insects. This type of pollination is called entomophily. The pollination which occur because of insects is called entomophily. What is meant by pollination? The transfer of male gametes, that means pollen grains from anther to the stigma, is called pollination. Pollination occurs through various agents like wind, water and insects or animals. There are two types of pollinations. They are self-pollination and cross-pollination. What is meant by self-pollination? Self-pollination means the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of same flower in the same plant is called self-pollination. What is meant by self-pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower is called self-pollination. If you see the second type of pollination, that is cross-pollination, that means transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant or different plant of the same species. What is meant by cross-pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of same plant or different flower of same species. This is called cross-pollination. How many types of pollinations are there? There are two. What are they? They are self-pollination and cross-pollination. What is meant by self-pollination? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower in the same plant. Then what is meant by cross-pollination? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant or different plant. This is about pollination. After pollination, what happened? After pollination, fertilization takes place in plants. What is the process of fertilization in plants? Now let us discuss. In plants, pollination is followed by fertilization. What is meant by fertilization? The fusion of male and female gametes is called fertilization. How does this take place? Because of pollination, the pollen grains deposited on the stigma. What is meant by pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma only, no? After the deposition of pollen grains on the stigma, these pollen grains on the stigma starts germinate one small tube-like structure which is called pollen tube. The pollen grains that are deposited on the stigma germinated to form a pollen tube. And simultaneously in the same time, the nucleus which is present in the pollen grain is a cell. You all know that every cell contains nucleus. The nucleus which is present inside the pollen grain, it starts dividing. It divides and forms two male gametes. It divides into two nuclei. Each nuclei is called gamete. Each male gamete. The nucleus present in the pollen grain divides into two nuclei which are called male gametes. And then this pollen tube which contains two male gametes pass through the style, which is the long stick-like structure in the pistil, and reaches to the ovary and enters into the embryo sac through the small hole-like structure which is called micropyle. What's happening in the process of fertilization? The pollen grains deposited on the stigma germinates one small tube-like structure. Simultaneously, the nucleus which is present inside the pollen grain divides into two male gametes, and while doing this one only, the pollen tube passes through the style and reaches to the ovary of the pistil and enters into the embryo sac. The place which is present inside the ovary is called embryo sac through one small hole-like structure which is called micropyle. This is the process of fertilization in plants. After these male gametes enters into the ovary, then fusion of male and female gametes take place. Look at this picture here. You can understand clearly what is fertilization. The pollen grains deposited on the stigma germinates one long pollen tube which passes through this style. Style is the part of pistil, and it enters into the ovary bulb-like structure of the pistil and enters into the embryo sac through small opening which is called micropyle. This total bulge-like structure is called ovary. Through this pollen tube, the male gametes pass through this tube and enters into the egg, and fusion takes place with that egg. This is called fertilization in flowering plants. This is the process of fertilization in flowering plants. What happened after fertilization to the flower? What are the post-fertilization changes in the flower? One of the male gametes, I told you two male gametes are produced in the pollen grain. One of the male gamete fuses with the egg, which is nothing but ovum, to form diploid zygote. That means it contains 2n condition of chromosomes, and this process is called syngamy. Syngamy means the fusion of one male gamete with the egg which is present inside the ovary is called syngamy. And another male gamete fuses with two polar nuclei which are present inside the egg, and this one is called triple fusion. This fertilization is called triple fusion. Unlike other organisms, in plants, two fertilizations takes place. What are those? One is one male gamete fuses with the egg, that is called syngamy. Another male gamete fuses with the other two polar nuclei which are present inside the embryo sac. This is called triple fusion. As two fertilizations take place here in the embryo sac, so it is called, this process is called double fertilization. This process is called double fertilization. And after fertilization, what happened? The zygote changes into embryo, and this primary endosperm nucleus, where the fusion of another male gamete to the polar nuclei, it is called primary endosperm nucleus. This one changes into endosperm. This endosperm provides nutrition to the developing embryo. After fertilization, the remaining parts of a flower like sepals and petals, what happened to those? They fall off, and the ovary changes into fruit, and the ovules which are present inside the ovary, they develop into seeds. This is the sexual reproduction in plants. After fertilization, what happened to the sepals and petals? Sepals and petals fall off, and the ovary changes into fruit, and the ovules which are present inside the ovary develops into seeds. This is about the sexual reproduction and how it takes place in the flowering plants. I hope you have understood what is the process of fertilization and how does sexual reproduction take place in the flowering plants. In the next video, we will discuss about how does sexual reproduction take place in other organisms like human beings.